And welcome back. Back when we left off last time in Factorio. Let the game run a little bit, because this should be stable. And it apparently isn't, so something is wrong. What went wrong that we did not get stuff like it's supposed to? Gonna be in a world of pain if we're out of seeds. We're gonna be out of seeds. You have no seeds, you have no seeds. That's a problem. Okay, so we're gonna have to suffer through a manual restart, because apparently we got unlucky with the seeds, or the seeds got really delayed or something. So we're gonna have to harvest another couple of yucca trees. Hopefully get reasonably lucky on processing them. So we get net positive seeds. Don't necessarily appreciate the probability effects on seed covering. So it's 2% chance you get a seed back, you get 50 per tree. So if it wasn't for the productivity bonus, your net yield is 1, but that's net yield, which has problems. Alright, so put that in you. Grab that out of there to keep that running. Grab nutrients. Grow in there. So we get some nutrient cycling. Arguably, we should probably just have this set up when we don't need it. So it's taking my eggs. I'll stop taking my nutrients to feed eggs that we're not growing. Okay, so that's backed up again. That's good to see. Now the hope would be is that we got lucky and got some seeds going. Well, there's a seed, there's a seed. 3 seeds, okay. Ah! Underground got broken. I never saw the broken underground. Well, that would do it. That would explain why things aren't working. It was just a slow and insidious enough problem that I didn't realize that it was a problem. So, Bob Fizzle, how does the loading go? You got 80 of the 100 loaded. Not enough to fill one rocket. So you're having problems making the low density, are you? Yeah, that'll work itself out in enough time. Just that you are suffering from low power. Okay. Just using too much power on Vulcanus. That's easy to fix if I was on Vulcanus, but we're not, so it's not easy to fix. Okay, Okay, so let's see our trees start to work. Fix that. May still have a little bit of a harsh start up, as you have to wait for the whole thing to work itself through. And the trees do take like 5 minutes to grow each. Plants tree, plants tree, plants tree. There we go. That one's fully planted with surplus seeds. And the seeds at least don't spoil. Okay, so we got a full 10 things growing over here. That should be enough. Want to hang around for at least 10 minutes to make sure we haven't had the whole thing cramp on us, basically. What are you complaining about? An entity. There we go. Okay, so that side's running. This side is waiting for stuff to come back around. Which is mainly just waiting on those to grow. Fizzle, you are waiting basically for 2 launches of Vulcanus. There goes the first. Suffering a little bit from low power, okay. That's nighttime on Vulcanus apparently, because we're not reliant on solar power. We have some. Or maybe I didn't set any solar power here. No, we got 1, so we don't have the whole thing stall. Okay. Maybe that's why we're having power problems. Okay, so the payload is prepared, just needs to prepare the rocket. And then once that is done, we probably have everything we need once this gets over to Gleba to set up the launch facility and the landing facility. And we may actually have enough when it arrives to get us off the planet. And then we'll probably just leave this setup. This setup should be pretty self-sustaining. In so much that it continues to make biolubricant, make seeds, make plastic if plastic isn't full, make rockets if rocket isn't full. You all the way. You are all the way back out to the forest. That's actually good to see that it's backed up that badly. So the only thing to be worried about here is if we get some spoilage. Let's do some spoilage preemption. Another underground. 2 more undergrounds. Don't need that powerful there, do I? No. Oh, yeah, we're gonna have to do a hard restart. Well, that was kind of inevitable. Here comes what we need to make the whole thing work when we do the restart. Well, sustainably work. We've got both types going, which means we'll get bioflux going, which means we'll have nutrients for the bioflux. There we go. Nutrients to power the whole thing. And we should already have some of, if not the whole batch of next trees going. Yep. How goes the launch of the Bob Fizzy? Everything's launched. Okay, so let's get you to Gleba. So we can do a drop-off. To be fair, when it gets to Gleba, we're basically going to just chuck everything overboard. And then send it right back to Nauvis with... Well, maybe not send it right back to Nauvis. We might try to launch ourselves up first, but basically start contemplating sending it right back to Nauvis. Yeah, this should be fully functional. If we really hit the point where we back up on... Well, what we back up on is spoilage. If we back up on spoilage, we can finally chuck stuff in the steam turbine over here. And to a certain extent, I should probably be a little more proactive at doing that. Because it's functioning as the accumulator on the planet. Okay, about a third of the way here. Well, the last time we got the iron one, that worked for a decent while before it clogged up. Now goes the arrival. Doing as it does. Yep, this is running. The only thing that maybe not running super well is our load unload is over prioritizing giving all the jelly to make biolubricant. We're not using the biolubricant yet, so worst case scenario, we just use up all the lubricant. Yeah. Or we use up all the or we fill up the lubricant storage and then we don't need it anymore. Which that won't be too bad. a little bit of a shame that we got so much going into waste and spoilage, but that's fine. It just gets turned into nutrients. And the cycle continues. To be fair, I think even... Is the spoilage spoil? Spoilage isn't spoil. So that's actually something we could do. Wouldn't be a complete waste, is to stockpile some spoilage. For burning or for making carbon out of. Arrival, 300 kilometers to go. And yeah, there's definitely stuff we can do to improve functionality here, like combination of efficiency modules. So efficiency modules make you go through the nutrients slower, that you're burning as if it's fuel. Productivity is more yield. Speed just means you get everything done faster. You arrived, you have arrived. Okay. Just dump everything on the planet. We'll deal with the problems when they get to the planet. I suppose at this point, wrong platform, this platform. We don't care about most of this at this point. Don't send up a second load when we take it to Nauvis. Oh, didn't quite have enough to pick all that up. Do we have enough? We have enough for a cargo landing pad, so we can pick the cargo landing pad up. Scrap her up. Oh, and we can slap down the 2 damaged ones. Just to get them out of the inventory, and then we can repair them. Well, this is part of the reason I actually set up these chests over here, so I have some place to put things down. Don't need. So it's landfill we don't need either at the moment, so drop that. Unclaimed item waiting drop pod. Yes, thank you, game. I didn't need to know that it was there, but I remembered it was there. And we don't have enough to pick all that up. Okay. Got the pipe. That should be enough that we can build the thing. Yes. And we pick the thing up. Pick you up. Pick you up. There we go. Cargo landing pad. So we now designate where things are going to land. And a launch site. Slap you in the launcher, slap you in the launcher, grab some rocket fuel, and we can get it loading. Rubbing for launch. Prepping for lunch. I didn't need this many engines, did I? No. I think I grabbed that many engines because I needed it for the launch. 200 was like when I needed to launch the rocket silo. Well, the extra 200 was needed for the launch, if I remember correctly. And then now we're at the stage where we just dump everything we don't need. Because we're not going to take it off world. So yeah, no automated launch capacity from here, but we basically can ship and or make things that we need here to do launches. We should be able to come and go roughly as we want, as long as we have the forethought. And this, with a little bit of prodding, should be self-stable. It may make sense to come by at some point and upgrade the belts, but at the moment I think it's good. We're at 90% of the way to launch. Goodness, how many miners do we have on Vulcanus? Big miners ready to go. 400 of those and 100? More than enough. Oh, we got 2 launches here, okay. Oh, I need to drop the ammo off. We don't need to take the ammo with us. And can't take the ammo with us, to be fair. So, oh, we also don't need the guns. Not the spare guns. We'll keep the SMG. Okay, travel to the space platform, please. Yes, up to the HMS Bubble Fizzle. Let us get off this rock. I don't like this rock. We'll be back, but we don't like this rock. I need to be ready to do thousands of science here, and we're not ready for that. Because I'm definitely not going to transport the science off planet. Okay, so we're back up here. Before we run out of ammo here, destination. Take us to Nauvis, please. So when we get back to Nauvis, I need, and this will probably be the contents for the next couple episodes, and I probably could have thought of this before we went there. One of the techs we want to do, which is advanced asteroid processing. Yeah, it requires that science. It requires utility science. We need utility science. So I have to develop the throughput for these. We're in theory already making them, but we haven't made any of them in science, and I really need to automate enough. And we have the throughput down here. Got everything else. Oh, actually, we really don't have the purple throughput. Okay. Why? Because we have quality. Why aren't you picking up the quality ones? Okay. Because that's not how that works. Good to know. Yeah, because we don't really care which quality it launches up to the platform as long as it launches them. I suppose if we got to have all the qualities, then we need to make sure there's enough stack space for them. Yeah, mining productivity is going well. How goes our flight over from Gleba? About halfway done. Oop, oh. I don't tend to use Discord very much, unless I'm playing multiplayer with friends. So trying to contact me on Discord is maybe not the best way to do that. But yeah, I hope you've been enjoying the stream. As you can probably see, I'm not the fastest responding to comments in the Twitch chat. Yeah, if you have any questions about the game or what we're planning on doing in the game, or stream schedule and stuff like that, feel free to ask that in the comments in Twitch. Or if you're watching the Twitch VOD, After Action VOD, feel free to also hop over to YouTube and put it in the YouTube comments, because unlike the Twitch comments, like have to read, I think, while the video is running. You're only not popping back in to see if anyone's watching the VOD afterwards. Whereas the YouTube ones I tend to respond to, because YouTube actually lets me know that I have those to respond to. Okay, almost back to Nauvis. Oh yeah, we're having purple throughput issues, which isn't super surprising. Where is she's coming in? I'm not seeing it. Oh, it looks like we shouldn't be having... Well, what we changed with the... Okay, no, we're having furnace issues. Furnace is not running at full speed. So we're not getting enough steel. Steel is the issue, okay. Somewhat surprised that steel is the issue. Because we have a whole stack not set up. Okay, that's a little bit more logical why that's being an issue. Excuse me, why I make it worse in the hopes of making it better. Because while that thing's not in, then the whole thing isn't running. Okay, there comes the bot. Pick up the bit. Then we need another bot to come by and drop off the splitter. So that's automated, so that should just happen. We're at planet to drop, so we can drop ourselves. Okay. Bomb Fizzle is probably just needs to sit here a little while to rearm. Once it's rearmed, probably back off to Vulcanus to go pick up more miners. More big miners who can improve the mining efficiency. Was you? Well, we don't have much left in that mine. That has definitely improved the efficiency of that mine. Same here. Yeah, did that change? Hasn't been implemented yet. Okay. Okay, let's see. This mine. One to mine out. That's fine. Going around just doing some basic maintenance, telling the bots to pick up the empty miners in the sites the bots have direct access to. Okay, I think we've been around to all the active mines at this point. And it's in. Okay, it's gonna reduce the iron throughput in either stack, but at least now both stacks should be running. And we have quite a bit of steel productivity at this point, which will help a little bit with throughput. Yeah, we're going to want to do asteroid processing, but we're not going to be able to do that for a while. Okay. So, looking at the time, this will be a little bit of a shorter episode, but we'll probably pick up at the beginning of next episode with building out the production lines for utility sites. We'll probably try to build it in here. And then sort of dread the fact that we don't have enough mining inputs. Because we're going to probably need... Well, that's almost certainly going to require more iron. Which is either going to require us clearing out more bases, or somehow trying to figure out how to make our existing mines more efficient, which is probably just big miners. Get more big miners going. But that will be the beginning of the next part. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow, because I'm going to record one more part today. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a slightly longer break as I go to make a cup of tea. But after I make that cup of tea, we'll be right back to record the next part. And I suppose before we go, we can take one quick look at Gleba and see that we got a brown out in Gleba. Hopefully everything doesn't break during the Gleba night, so the solar panel can get everything running again. We'll see. I have a suspicion that that is not going to be the case, and everything's going to be stalled, and I'm going to come back to a completely spoiled base, which isn't the best, but that may be where we are. So with that, I wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part. Bye for now.